students, as you have learned the procedure to define the variables and to enter the data under those variables using the Cochrane-Q test for the SPSS software. Now you would be learning that what type of procedure you would have to follow under SPSS in order to apply the Cochrane-Q test for the data that is being taken under randomized complete block design, where you have 4 treatments in total and there are 11 blocks. You are familiar with that data set because we have already conducted a manual procedure for the Cochrane-Q test onto the same example. So I would be sharing the procedure under SPSS, that how to follow the procedure to obtain the p-value of the Cochrane-Q test using the SPSS software. So students, the example I'm going to take is, that was a study. It was conducted by Gustafson et al. In 1973, where they were supposed to observe the comparison between the abilities of 4 computer-aided diagnostic system, and the results were obtained with the 11 hypothyroid patients. And we were required to test the null hypothesis that the 4 diagnostic methods, they are giving us the identical results. Once you are done with the definition of the variables and you have entered the data under the 4 treatment students in the SPSS main window, where your cursor is on to the data view, you will look at the topmost bar. It is showing you various kind of options, but you will have to click onto the Analyze button. जो आप Analyze button पे click करेंगे, एक drop down window आपके पास open होगी. Drop down list में से you will be clicking onto the non-parametric test. Then after following the non-parametric test, again a drop down list would appear before you. You will be clicking onto the legacy dialogues. Legacy dialogues में again there would be a list of options, but you will be clicking onto the care-related samples, because if you remember, there were 4 treatments in total and we would like to make the comparison between the 4 samples that are related in nature, or you can call them as being matching samples. Once you are done with that, this window would appear before you. As you can see students, आपकी left पे 4 variables आपको नजर आ रहे हैं, जिनके लिए आप already data enter कर चुके हैं अपनी SPSS विंडो में. अब अगर आप बॉटम पे देखिए तो आपके पास टेस्ट टाइप बाय डिफॉल्ट फ्राइडमैन आ रही है. इसको you are required to change and you would have to take on the Cochrane-Q value. So you would have to tick onto this option by disabling the Friedman option. और second जो चीज आपको करनी है students, you would have to move all these 4 variables to the right hand side under the test variables using this arrow button. So अगर आप देखिए, हमने arrow button को use करके इन चारों variables को we have moved on to the right hand side under the test variable. Friedman की option को students मैंने disable कर दिया है and I've enabled the Cochrane-Q test option. Once I'm done with that, then I would further be clicking onto the statistics button, which is appearing on your right of the window. और इस statistics के button को click करने का purpose ये था that I am interested in calculating the descriptives of these 4 treatments, data for the 4 treatments. So I've clicked onto the descriptives. Further, I've selected the option of continue and then I've clicked onto the OK button. So this was the complete procedure that I need to follow to obtain the p-value of the Cochrane-Q test in order to make the comparison between the 4 treatment that are being given to us.